says it's streaming live on YouTube. Yep.
And good evening. Just doing a sound check on my mic for the meeting. We're going to be waiting a little bit to see who else we have come on. So we're not going to officially start the meeting just yet. It's 4:05. We're still going to hold for a couple of minutes. We are live, so we're being recorded and we are being shown on the streaming, but we have not officially started the meeting. We are at 7 voting members. We would need 10 for any resolutions to go through. So we're still going to give a few minutes. We can go over certain things, but we will not be able to vote on them unless we have a quorum. All right, Deanna, we are at 4:08. No quorum. I don't know if we're going to get additional people on. You can roll through the motions and just not have any resolutions passed. It will hold up any discussions on funding. We are unable to do them. We do have another person that just joined. That's an ex officio member that is not a voting member, so that does not increase our quorum. So you want me to press forward and call over and roll with it, Deanna, and just fight? I mean, if we get it, we can roll. We just added Peyton Walker as well, so we're up to 8. We would need 2 more voting members.
Yep.
All right, 4:09, I'm going to call the meeting to order. This is the Lewis County Youth Bureau, and this would be our May meeting. And we are being recorded live, so I just want everybody to remember that. It's part of open meeting laws, and we want to have the kind of discussions that we talk about here to be available to the public. As far as who we have on the call today, we have Lisa Verkler on the call. She is streaming from outside on a walk right now as she goes, but she is one of our ex officio members. It's our Board of Legislator appointment to the Youth Board. We also have Deanna Edick as the Youth Board Director. Ramona Carpenter is on as well as the Youth Board Assistant. As far as voting members, we have myself, Scott Mathis from Lewis County Opportunities. We have Brian Finn. He is on the call. Katie Zaire, she is there. Michelle Ledoux, Cinda Bush. For student representatives, we have Kaylee Bauer, Peyton Walker. We also have Emma on. I saw her. Yep, there's her name there. And that is what we have. So we do not have a voting quorum right now. So we're going to skip over the minutes and we'll pass on that. Old business, we do not have any. Moving on to new business, we have certain things that we have to, business items we have to take care of, and membership is one of those things. So there's people on the youth board that are up for renewal of their appointments. Those people would be Cinda Bush, Scott Mathis, myself, John Exford, Rhonda Vanucci, Mike Leviker, Brian Finn, and Katie Zaire. They are all up, and we want to put them all in front of the Board of Legislators at one time instead of doing piecemeal. It's just part of trying to make it more efficient for the Board of Legislators. As far as looking at the attendance, we have to look at that as part of our bylaws. And for the most part, we have pretty good attendance from people. And we do have one person on there that we have not seen in a very long time. That person will not be recommended for reappointment. You have to be able to make the commitment to be here and be active in the discussions. So as far as that goes, Deanna, what is it? I mean, we don't really need a resolution. We're just looking for a general consensus at this point to pursue the legislative appointments.
Yes, I just need a consensus, and then I send the names on to do resolutions so that they're heard at the Board of Legislators meeting.
Yep. So I gave kind of just the brief rundown there that we have those members. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that we are recommending for a renewal, so to say, a reappointment. One that we are not, that person has not been here in a year. So any discussion on that or any additional input? Hearing none, just so you know, Deanna did reach out and talk with with the people, I believe, that indicated that they wanted to remain on. So I don't think we're holding anybody here against their will. So that recommendation, hearing nothing opposed to that, Deanna, I think you can take that and move forth with the legislative reappointment. Okay.
Okay.
All right. The next item up was that around this time each year, we have to have an ad hoc committee that will look at the officer positions. So we have 2 officer positions, the board chair and then a vice chair. And basically the chair would facilitate the meeting, just run through the agenda and bring about the topics. And the vice chair would be there in the absence of the chair. So those positions will be, we will need what's called a slate of officers that is provided to the youth board at the June youth board meeting. So the ad hoc committee has to be formed for that. Me as the chair, I need to be on that. And then I need to appoint people. Of course, I'd like to have a few people that just would like to be on it and would volunteer for that. Is anybody here want to do that? If so, please unmute and let me know.
I'll help out again, Scott.
Okay, so Katie,
I can also help with that.
Katie and Callie and myself. I think we need to have Deanna, you on that as well.
Okay.
Okay. Any others?
This is Peyton. I can help out with that too.
Okay, so there's our, we have a total of 5 on there. Deanna, if you could send out an email to us 5 that just says, hey, what might work. We can do a meeting, like a meeting like this, a Zoom meeting, or we could do it through email. Probably ought to look at the positions that are open, and I guess if people have reached their extent, and if we need to look for new people, okay? And then that group will reach out and try to see what the interest is. Okay. The next item that we would have tried to fit in, I believe, is the county youth funding. It was $5,000 of county youth funding, and we received 3 applications. They were all sent out by Deanna to the group for people to take a look at. Now, these aren't the ones that you would use that scoring matrix for. Those are really meant for the OCFS funds. So this county funding was a little less cumbersome for a person to put an application in for. So there's 3 different projects here. One is from the Lowville Free Library, and that would be for their story walk. There was one from the UP Coalition, which is for some equipment, some camera equipment, and also some canvases for their photojournalism projects that they have. And then the other one was from Mountain View Prevention, which was for curricula that they would use for 2 different kind of programming. One was, I have my little notes here in front of me. One was SPORT, was the acronym for it, and the other one was Too Good for Violence program. Both of them sounded like legit curriculum program. The SPORT one was a one-time session, just means that they would meet with the students one time. The Too Good for Violence was a multi-series one that had about 6 sessions to it. The curriculum altogether was it was quite substantial. So with all of these 3 applications, we do not have enough county funding to cover it all. So we will need to make a decision if we're going to cut any of the programs out completely, or if we're going to fund them at what levels. But we really can't do it right now because we do not have a quorum. So Deanna, we're going to just roll that to the June meeting.
Yeah, we'll have to just move it to June, and we'll hopefully have enough people on at June meeting.
Okay. So we'll so that June meeting is going to be important for a number of reasons. And at that June meeting, we will hopefully have the OCFS proposals to review, because we didn't get that much of a response, did we, Deanna?
We only got 1.
Okay, so we're going to extend the deadline on that one and like re-post it.
I think I would like to just extend it out for another couple weeks. We'll reissue to social media and see if we get any more.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that. I think that's a good idea. Deanna, would you also be able to reach out to the 3 county proposals and just let them know that we did not have quorum? We did start talking about it and reviewing it, but it will unfortunately have to wait till the June meeting to make a decision.
I can do that.
Yep. Now, I had posed some additional questions to those three organizations, and they all three responded, and Deanna sent those on to the group as well. You may or may not have had a chance to look at those yet, but this will give you ample time to do so before the next meeting. Okay, each one of those programs has merit and value to it. So we want to take a look at that and be ready to make a decision at the next meeting. So, Deanna, am I missing anything? We can't really go into more discussion on the proposals.
The only thing would be obviously for our seniors who will be wrapping up their school year.
Yeah, so the seniors that are wrapping up, I mean, we want to, kind of weird year. With COVID, we haven't really seen much of our youth. We're going to be saying goodbye to some of our youth here. And we want the seniors, though, to start locating their next, their replacement, so to say. We need to get those identified so that we can get them on the board. If you have maybe some questions on how to do that or how to go about that, please reach out to Deanna or myself. I wouldn't mind going in and sitting down with a student, talking with a principal or a superintendent about what it means to be on the youth board and what sort of student we're looking for. So I offer that out, but otherwise we do need to get more people in place so we have the voice of the students from each of the school districts on the youth board. Sound right, Deanna?
Yeah, and I just didn't know if any of the other students knew the two Harrisville students. I'm not exactly sure. Does anybody know if they're seniors, juniors? I don't know as if I've ever met them. That would be Amy Manchester and Nathan Smith.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll need to look at it, and I think we'll need to.
I think Nathan Schmidt is a senior.
Okay.
I think so as well.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, because we definitely want to keep our representation on there. And again, it's been a very awkward year with these meetings and trying to make schedules and all that stuff. But we want to get ourselves back to normal routine and fund these youth programs that are starting to fire back up again. And we want to do our part in helping bring those online. So, any questions for Deanna or I from the youth board? And any other topics to bring up? Well, without hearing any, I think we're just, it's a short meeting, it's brief. We couldn't really cut much more than that into it. So I'll take a motion to adjourn the meeting. Somebody want to make that motion?
I'll make the motion.
That's Callie made the motion. Do I
I'll
have a
second.
Peyton second. All those in favor remain silent. I thank you very much. Our next meeting, June 16th, 4 o'clock. It'll be right here on Zoom. And as far as us as members and the students, try, if you can, reach out to the other youth board members and let's try to get them. We've got to get that quorum next time. Okay. Thank you very much. Have a great evening. Enjoy the nice weather out there. Thank you for those that were able to attend tonight. Have a great evening.